Good morning. It is day 24 of my Camino, and today I'm going from León to Oncina de Valdoncina, which is only about 11 kilometers. I had scheduled this to be a very short walking day, just in case I wanted to hang out in León a little bit longer this morning, give me that extra time and that opportunity. There's really nothing else I need to do. There's a couple things I would have liked to have seen, but they would have taken longer than a couple hours this morning. So I could have walked further, but that's fine. It all fits into the schedule. It is about 7:30 in the morning right now. I'm probably going to leave here around 9 and stop and get something for breakfast and kind of mosey my way out of town slowly because I can't check into my next hotel until later in the afternoon. So I'll be really taking my time today, which is fine after having a couple days, I think 3 days of not walking. So I think that sounds like a good plan to me. I'll be walking mostly through suburban León up until a point where I turn off into getting into the countryside. And that'll only be a couple of kilometers really before I get to where I'm staying tonight. So that's the plan for today. We'll see how it goes. There's a chocolate with churros place right by where I was staying and very close to where I used to live. So if it had been here then, I would have come here all the time. Had a great breakfast. Man, if that place had been there 30 years ago, I'd have spent all my money there. That was so good. So I'm making my way to the trail. My old house, apartment, that I think is the one that it is on the way. So I'm gonna walk by there one more time and then be on my way to the next town. Bye, León. All right, I've changed my mind. I think this right here, so this is the house. It's the next block down, but this part right here, these little decorations underneath the windows are the same as the picture that Jackie had sent me. And it's got this electric box right here in the same spot. So I am now 100% convinced this is the house, not the white one down the street that I showed the other day. So thanks to Jackie for sending me the picture. I think I've been able to match it up. Until we meet again, León. It's been a great visit. Now into the suburbs. Looking out over León. Let's see if I can zoom in far enough. You can see the cathedral in the distance, but I don't think it shows up in the video here. These little hobbit holes are for storing wine. I've been seeing these a little bit on and off along the way. I cannot imagine driving in and out of these steep driveways. I don't think I'd be able to do it, but they look like really nice houses. In a residential area now. Coming into some industrial, I think. Been walking for probably about an hour so far. Been walking for about an hour and a half. I'm in the town of Virgen del Camino. We're still sort of in the suburbs of León. We haven't left pavement. That's been really tough on my feet to walk this whole time on sidewalk. But I don't think there's much further, and then we veer off into the countryside a little bit, and I think there'll be dirt path there, which will be much better. So I'm just gonna drink my Coke and then keep on going. Here is the Church of Virgen del Camino. I'm not sure if it's called a basilica or a glacia, something like that. Some kind of cool figures here. And it does look like it's open, so let's check it out. So it is the Basilica del Virgen del Camino. So I was able to verify that inside. Interesting to see a more modern church after all the older ones that I've been going through all the way. Good to see something a little bit different. I enjoyed that. Pretty close to where I'll break into where there's a choice to make to go a couple different ways. I'll point it out when I get there and tell you which one I chose. Here's the map that shows the choice I'm going to have to take. So we're in La Virgen del Camino. If you go this way, you stay around the road. If you go this way, you get out away from the road a little bit. This way is about 4 kilometers longer, but I'm not doing this whole thing today. I'm stopping at Oncina de la Valdoncina, which isn't too far, you can see. So about 2.5 plus, what is that, 1.9. So that's about how much further I have to go. I figured it'd be nice to get away from the road. I split this up into a couple different days, so the fact that it's a little bit longer isn't really a big deal. So now I just have to make sure I don't miss the turnoff. And this is the way that I am headed. Stopping for that break was a really good decision. I was having some pain on the bottom of my left foot. Not a blister or anything like that. I think it was just from the pounding on the pavement for as long as I've been walking today. So I sat and had my Coke and took my time, and my foot is feeling completely better already. So just taking it slow. I'm gonna be way early for check-in anyway, so I'm not in a hurry. And I think having a little bit shorter day will end up being a good thing, just to kind of get back into the swing of things again. So we're almost to the turnoff up here. All right, so here's the sign. It's interesting because I had read that it was easy to miss the turnoff. It was hard to identify. And there's a sign right here that says Camino Alternativo to the left. So that's the way I'm going. It looks like I'm gonna get off pavement, which makes me super happy. My poles are attached to my pack, but I don't have too far to go, and I don't think this is going to be hilly, so I'll just leave them back there, keep my hands free. But oh yeah, that feels better already, just to be on this kind of surface instead of the pavement and getting away from the road. I think this is going to be the right choice. There's where I came from. You can see the church spire coming into, almost feels like desert a little bit. Let me zoom out so it's not so shaky. Back to some road walking right on the highway here. Well, I don't know if it's really a highway, on the street. And it's past a really busy highway. Coming into, I think Fresno del Camino is the little town I'll be coming into next, which is the last stop before mine. All right, coming into Fresno del Camino. More road walking. Not too far to go though. One thing I've noticed, I'm not using poles today just because of having been on pavement most of the way and then not too far. Well, still on pavement now. So really I didn't walk much of anything that wasn't pavement today. And one thing that I noticed is my fingers are really swollen since I'm not holding the poles up and keeping my arms up a little bit. So that's definitely another benefit to the poles. It keeps your fingers from getting swollen from your hands hanging down. So I think I have another about mile left to go maybe, and then I'll be at today's destination. You can see the town coming up there at the bottom of this hill. Here we are, Oncina de la Valdoncina. It is about 12:30. Let's go see about checking in and also lunch. Continue this way. And here's where I'm staying, Domus Oncinae Fabia, it's Latin. You can see right here. They say the check-in isn't until 3, so let's see what happens. But they have food regardless, so if I can't check in, I'll just eat. And my room. Bathroom over there. It's got beams up there, which is nice. And then here's my view out the window. Lunch starts in about an hour, he said, so I'm just gonna rest up and then go down and get some food. It's a little after 4. I just got back from lunch. That was a really good lunch, as Spanish lunches usually are. I was really excited to see dark meat chicken though. You don't usually get that. You get chicken breast. So that was a really great treat for me because dark meat is my favorite. But I ate so much and I'm sure, again, tonight will be a night where I won't have a formal dinner. I'll just eat some snacks if I decide I'm hungry later. So I'll end the video here. And it's raining outside, so I'm probably not going to leave the room anyway. So I will see you again tomorrow when we pick up for the next stage. Thanks for watching.